I've been thinking about it a lot, and I honestly believe that The Boys season finale is going to end in a way that nobody sees coming. If you've read the comics, you know that Homelander dies by Black Noir, Homelander's clone, set as insurance to take Homelander down if he ever becomes a serious threat. So therefore, Billy comes out on top because Homelander died, and he administers the final blow. It's your typical cliche action finale. The hero defeats the villain in one final epic showdown, but the show has already proven that it's not interested in sticking closely to the comic storyline. It's been creating its own path since the beginning, and time again, it throws curveballs that we never see coming. Take the end of season 4, for example. Out of nowhere, Billy Butcher gets powers. Well, we know how he gets powers, but then he straight up annihilates Victoria Newman out of nowhere. And I mean, who saw that coming? Yeah, she's kind of a bad person, but I mean, I didn't think she would die that abruptly. It's like the actor just quit the show and they had to come up with an excuse to kill off the character. Now, Billy's juiced up, unhinged, and more dangerous than ever. We know that. So you'd think that this would be the final nail in Homelander's coffin. Like, this is it, the big hero moment for Billy Butcher. But honestly, here's where I flip the entire script. I think Homelander is going to win it all. I think he's going to come out on top, and it's going to be a complete 180. Homelander, the antagonist, will come out on top. I think in this season he will finally shed that desperate need to be loved and just completely loses it. Kills everyone, razes everything to the ground, even if it means turning on his own son. And do you remember that season 5 promo art? Homelander standing in front of the White House, mirroring Butcher's pose from the comics? To me, that's not just some random choice. I think Eric Kripke, the showrunner, is setting us up for a total subversion of the comic ending. Instead of the boys defeating Homelander, he ends up on top. And just to even make it more tragic, I could see the 7 even joining forces with the boys for one final battle, only to be picked off one by one, because the walls are caving in on Homelander in season 4. Everybody is turning on him. So honestly, the 7 joining sides with the boys isn't far-fetched whatsoever. So let's really break this down. And if we're being honest, the only real threat to Homelander throughout the entire show has been Soldier Boy. Back in season 3, I genuinely thought that this was over for him. And I mean, Soldier Boy and beat-up Billy Butcher teamed up to take him down. They looked like the dream team. But then, out of nowhere, Billy pulls the plug and he's like, nah, actually, I can't do this. We might hurt my son. And then Soldier Boy hits him with his brutal line that, honestly, I kind of agree with.
Wait, Homelander your wife and you want to save the brat?
Now granted, they almost had him. They really could have killed him if Billy hadn't done that entire last minute moral flip. It's so stupid, but whatever. Homelander would have been toast. But that's the thing. If Soldier Boy couldn't get the job done then, who or what possibly can now? Now, I know for a fact that Soldier Boy is coming back in season 5, but this time, Homelander already knows everything about him, his powers, his tactics, and his weaknesses. The element of surprise on Homelander is now completely gone, because let's face it, it was a huge surprise to Homelander when Billy and Soldier Boy pulled up on him. He was like, what the fuck? And in a fight like this, that's huge, and it's hard to imagine Soldier Boy getting the upper hand again unless he and Billy go all in one last time. But honestly, I don't even think Soldier Boy would even trust Billy anyways after what happened last time. But with Billy completely unhinged now, it could happen, but let's not kid ourselves here. Homelander is no pushover whatsoever. Sure, if we compare him to very OP characters like Superman or Omni-Man, he is a lot weaker in a sense in the bigger picture of power scaling, if you want to call it that. But in his own universe, he is the apex predator. He is the Omni-Man. He is the Superman in his own universe. And with the show changing up the comic canon, like how Black Noir isn't Homelander's clone, there's no built-in replacement or mirror match coming to take him down, unless they reveal some hidden weakness buried in his past or some secret flaw that we just never saw coming. I just don't see how he can lose. Or maybe, just maybe, someone is secretly Homelander's clone and we just didn't know about it all along. Like, what if the Deep is wearing Homelander's skin and we just don't know it? Because riddle me this, how in the world has he made it this far? I mean, Homelander completely hates this guy. I'm talking about hate, and hate is a strong word. Like, he even told him to top up A-Train in broad daylight in front of the entire team, and the Huz too. Like, what the f?
Go over there, pull out A-Train's cock, and blow him.
Sex is just a spectrum, right, bro?
But now, wait, did I just cook up an S-tier theory? Like, what if the Deep is secretly Homelander's clone? And you're probably wondering, you realize we have seen the Deep's face before. He doesn't wear a mask. Well, I mean, what if he's like some kind of like AI generated robot that is named the Deep because he is a deep fake? You get it? Deep fake, because his name is the Deep. But whoa, I'm not gonna lie, I think I cooked there. Do you think I did? I don't actually. I'll just stop. I'm sorry. But honestly, I think we're in for something absolutely huge. And I won't lie, I'm kind of rooting for Homelander. Now, yeah, I know that he is the bad guy, but something about him snapping and burning it all down is just what I want. Like, I want something different from the normal cliche ending with the protagonist always winning. And hey, maybe I'm trying to be like this different person who's like, I want Homelander to win so bad. Is that even really being different? I feel like a lot of people want Homelander to win anyways. I mean, the character is just cool anyways. I mean, who doesn't like Homelander? I mean, from a moral perspective, yeah, he's, not good, but the character's still cool. You know what I'm saying? But hey, maybe I've gotten it all wrong. Maybe in the final battle, Billy does disintegrate Homelander. Maybe it ends with a bang and Billy finally pulls it off. I just can't picture it. Like, it feels way too far-fetched. I mean, the guy's body is literally rotting from the inside out. He's dying of a tumor, and we're supposed to believe that this is when he becomes more powerful enough to kill the most unstoppable force in the show. If that were actually true, why didn't somebody try it before? And I get it, it's a suicide mission, so who would try it anyways? But maybe that's the point. Maybe the only way to kill Homelander is to burn yourself out completely in the process. And if that's true, then sure. Maybe Billy's willing to pay that price. After all, the boys have been on a suicide mission since day one. They've been risking their lives trying to bring down the Supes ever since the start. But there's one piece to this that people really don't talk about enough, which is mercy. The Supes, for all their power, have shown complete restraint, and also it's probably just plot armor for the boys, that they need to stay alive to tell the story. If we're thinking about it in a logical sense, they could have been dead since day one. Like, the entire show could have been over in season 1. I mean, not even just season 1, episode 1, if Homelander or any of the 7 just decided to, you know what, let's end these guys. But they didn't. Whether it was arrogance, distraction, or some twisted sense of superiority, they held back. So now, with everything on the line, is that restraint finally gone? Maybe, but if Homelander really lets loose, I don't really see anyone or anything stopping him. Not even a dying Billy Butcher hopped up on V. But like I said earlier, anything can happen. This show's never been afraid to rip up the rule book and then do the unexpected. I mean, they just killed off Victory Newman instantly, like I mentioned also earlier. No build-up, just straight up gone. So yeah, maybe Billy could somehow pull off a miracle and take down Homelander too. But then again, that exact same logic might be the very reason why Billy Butcher doesn't succeed. Now, if the show can eliminate someone as important as Victoria without blinking an eye, then Homelander taking out Billy like he's nothing, that's completely on the table. I can already see it like this. Billy charges into the Vought HQ on some John Wick type stuff, mowing down everybody in his path that is trying to stop him. The music is building, the blood is flying all around, and it looks like it's finally his moment. Then boom, Homelander turns around, only for Billy to be shut down immediately by a flying leg kick and get knocked out in the first 7 seconds of the fight. But jokes aside, this really highlights what makes the boys so unpredictable. Like, we think it's building to that classic hero-villain showdown, but this show thrives on flipping the expectations of literally everybody. And maybe Billy dies and maybe Homelander wins. Or maybe they can both go down in a blaze of glory and they both drop dead. Either way, I don't think we're getting the comic book ending whatsoever, but I do think Eric Kripke is setting us up for something darker, something more brutal, and something that no one sees coming. Because this is what Eric Kripke said right here. In a recent interview with Kripke, he stated that there will probably be lots of death, and there's no guarantee of who's going to survive because we don't have to keep them for another season. So you can have really shocking, big things happen all the time. And when I read that, I was like, okay, yeah, everybody's gonna die. Or maybe he completely baited us. Maybe nobody's gonna die at all. Maybe he just completely baited all of us.